Hey everybody, welcome back to the King Rex Way. We've had our KANDI Cowboy now for over 10 months, and would I buy it again? The short answer is yes, I would buy it again. Today I'm going to go over some of the pros and cons with you on this machine. Pro, overall performance. As you can see in my previous videos, it has done everything that I've asked it to do. It climbs, it hauls, it tows, the winch works good. Everything that I've asked it to do, it is done well. A slight con falls on the performance side as well. And the reason I kind of call this on the con side is because it could use a lower gear. I have not had any issues pulling up any of my my mountain hills that I have asked it to do or anything like that. I have seen a couple of comments on Facebook where other people have had trouble with theirs on some hills. Not sure what the difference between theirs and mine are. I'm doing about 20% grade. It's not breakneck when you start off. I mean, it doesn't throw you back in the seat or anything like that. So it does kind of make you wonder if it's going to do it. I think a lower gear would fix that issue there, and give you a little bit more confidence that it's going to pull and perform up the hill. But like I say, it's done everything that I've asked it to do here on mostly probably I'd say 20% grades that I'm pulling around here. Pro, it's well built. From the steel box frame, tubular chassis, tubular roll bars, the way the rest of it's put together, this is a heavy duty, as it's in its name, machine. It's definitely well built from the ground up. Pro are its features. When we were looking around before we bought this UTV, other brands, they were going to nickel and dime me to death on some of their features, like a roof or a windshield, mirrors, things like that were not standard. They had nets for doors. They didn't have actual doors. If you wanted an actual door, it was going to cost you more. This came out of the box with the roof, the doors. It's got mirrors. It's got the headlights on it, which I think they all come with the headlights now. So that wasn't an add-on feature for anybody. But we got the high beam, the low beam. We've got brake lights. We've got turn signals. We've got emergency flashers, 2-inch hitch. Receiver, I should say, ready to go. It electric dump bed, which not all of the big brands had, and some of them that again was an add-on feature if you wanted anything more than an assist style dump bed on it. So the features are definitely good on this machine right out of the gate. Let's see, I didn't mention the four-wheel independent suspension. That is awesome when you're going over some of the terrain like I've got here. That helps out big time. Another thing I didn't mention was is the 10-inch screen. You got the reverse backup screen where you can see what you're about to run over. So that makes it really nice for hooking up to the trailer and things like that. That reverse backup screen. The other features on the screen are you can do Bluetooth and you can do some Wi-Fi. I don't know that those are really features because those are things that I personally don't use. I'm not getting in this thing to be entertained on a screen. I got my phone and TV for that, I guess, if I want to look at things other than my mountains and what I'm doing around here. So I'm not sure the screen and the Bluetooth features and things like that are pros. You can decide that for yourself on your use of these types of things. Bugs. Some of these machines have their little bugs. It's the electronics. It's not the electronic motor, it's the electronics themselves. I had an issue with my key fob. All of our cars come with them today. Set it next to it, put it on, touch something with it, push your button, start your vehicle and go. Mine went bad. These things happen, so no big deal. It's easy to replace on this machine. I did a little video on it. Got that taken care of. Another bug was again with electronics. My turn signals little flasher module burned out on it, so I had to replace that. And I've seen some comments on Facebook where there's been some other bug issues similar to these from other people. So there's some bugs to be worked out, like with anything. I mean, we didn't figure the combustion engine and regular car out on the first try. We had to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work, and I think that's what the people at KANDI are trying to learn real fast with it, how to make them right. Electric motors are tried and true. They've been around forever. We know an electric motor is going to do nothing but go and go and go and go and go. That's been proven for decades now. We outsmart ourselves with these other little features, and that's what gets us in trouble, I think, sometimes. Another feature I forgot to mention is the winch. It has pros and cons all in one. It's a great unit. It will pull about 3,500 pounds. The con with it is it doesn't have a remote, outside remote. That would help when you're pulling logs, so you can be on top of it. You don't have to jump in and out of the cab to run the winch. So that is your pro and con on that feature there. The biggest con would be service centers. There aren't many service centers in rural areas right now. I don't know that there's many in big cities or suburbs right now. Power sports stores don't know electric vehicles yet, so we've got a big learning curve that we've got to before people can start working on our machines. So KANDI does have a traveling technician. They've got one right now. So this is the con. But I don't want to just throw them under the bus on this, because Reggie, the technician, he is awesome. He will bend over backwards to try and get your machine up and running just as fast as he can get to you. The reason I know that there aren't many service centers for these machines is because I recently had a bigger issue than just a little piece of electronics go down with mine. It was the high voltage control box quit functioning on my machine. I don't know how to replace that. I mean, I can. It's nuts and bolts and unhook the cables, but it's very high voltage, and it could give you a good shock, if not hurt you real bad. So I didn't know how to diagnose the problem to begin with, so that wouldn't have helped me find it. Anyway, there's no one close to me that works on these machines. KANDI America had to send out Reggie from Texas to come diagnose and fix my machine. So that took a minute, and when I say a minute, I was down for 3 months. A lot of people don't have patience to be down for 3 months. Fortunately, I've got a four-wheeler over here that I could use, except for a dump bed. It doesn't it doesn't have a dump bed, but it'll get me around on my property just fine. But a lot of people don't have the patience for a breakdown to go that long, and I understand it's a long time, especially when we're spending this kind of money on them. So now that I understand the aspect of what Kandi's got going over here in the States a little bit more, they're not as big as I had projected in my mind. I knew Kandi was a big company overseas, and I thought that translated over here to the U.S., but it doesn't. Kandi's just getting started over here in America, so they have an outlet in Texas, and they have a place in California, the way I understand it right now. And there are not a lot of employees, so they are just trying to get a foothold and get established, the way I understand it now. So they want to be a success here. They have got a good deal with Lowe's to help sell these machines. I got mine from a car dealer before Lowe's was even carrying them in this area. And like I said in the very first video I ever made, I took a chance with it. Nobody had any videos on this machine, and I still don't think they do, saying what it does, what it doesn't do, or anything like that. I think I'm still the only Cowboy owner who's putting out a video trying to describe my experience with it, so we can, get information out there on it. See if you might be interested in something like this. I'm still pleased with it. I'm happy with it. Disappointed that it had a breakdown. We all would be. I mean, you can't get past that. But the customer service people, Hiram and Abigail back there in Texas, who I had correspondence with, they are eager to help. They want Kandi's to succeed too. Reggie is an awesome guy. He came in here and he worked on this thing, and we had a good conversation. And he loves his job. He wants to see Kandi succeed too. He thinks they're going to go places. So, I'll continue to make these videos and tell you guys what I think about them as time goes on with it too. But that was an important issue. I thought we should get out there and let you know that I was down for 3 months. I'm up and running again. It's doing everything that I've asked it to do again. I'm going to try and get some other videos. I wasn't able to do my springtime run up into the Forest Service like I wanted to do, but we'll maybe be able to get a fall run up into the Forest Service and see how that goes. So again, my overall answer, would I buy this machine again? The answer is yes, I would. I do like this machine. It's fun. It goes everywhere I want it to go. It's quiet. I do like the quiet. My friends in the woods, they like the quiet too. I've been able to come up on them real nice without disturbing them and making them bolt like my four-wheeler does. Even when I'm trying to be quiet on my four-wheeler, it doesn't quite work the same. Again, yes, I would buy this machine again. I enjoy it immensely, especially for ease of working. It would probably be good on, except for the tires, it would probably be good on golf courses. It would do an excellent job on a golf course, again, except for you'd have to get some turf tires and maybe take out the 10-inch screen. Otherwise, everybody's going to be watching the screen instead of doing their job, right? So I appreciate your time. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad to be doing another video. We're going to get out and do some runs with this thing and see what we can accomplish with it. I hope this day has found you well. I hope everything's going smooth, and just, life is sweet. Enjoy it.